Hi there everyone, and welcome back to another very exciting chess game by the legend Jose Raul Capablanca. And in this chess game his opponent is Harry Zirn, or Zirn. He was an active chess player. I believe he was from the United States. There is an interesting information about Harry Zirn. This chess player played 3 chess games against Emanuel Lesker in chess simuls, and he never lost. He defeated Emanuel Lesker twice. Twice, I repeat, interesting isn't it, in chess simuls. And he has managed to draw with Emanuel Lesker 1 time. So Lesker frustratingly has never managed to defeat Harry Zirn. And those chess games happened in the early 1900s, around these years. But this time his opponent was Jose Raul Capablanca. And Capablanca had the white pieces, as this was from a chess simul, 23-board chess simul from 1912. And this chess game was also played in the building Brooklyn Academy of Music in New York. So this is the picture of the building. So you probably noticed the church, and that's the building next to the church on the left. And that building is still standing there, I believe. There are some new pictures about this beautiful architecture. Okay, and I think this picture is probably from late 19th century or early 20th century. Okay, a beautiful picture, beautiful architecture. So Capablanca had the white pieces, and he starts the game with d4. We have d5, knight to f3, knight to f6, e3. Let's see Emanuel Lesker's arch nemesis is going to be able to defeat Capablanca as well. So b3, bishop to e7, bishop to b2, developing the knights and pushing the pawn. So knight to e5. And you can't make a random move in this position. For example, if pushing the pawn, that would be a blunder because of knight to c6, and that's trapping the queen. So this knight is looking annoying, and black is chopping the knight off. Knight takes on e5. D takes on e5 and damaging the pawn structure, so it was very tempting for black. And there is nothing wrong about capturing the knight. This damaged the pawn structure, but Capablanca has a pawn on e5 and some space, of course. So pluses and minuses, developing the queen to h5, and we have c5. Well, Capablanca was quite crafty. He wants his opponent to play, maybe pushing the pawn, and he's provoking weakness in this position. So we have c5 and bishop to d3. We have g6, queen to h6, and black is wasting some time. Bishop to f8. Queen to h3, bishop to g7, and Capablanca is simply defending the pawn. So developing the bishop, and then Capablanca castled. So rook over, maybe pushing the pawn is the idea. So Capablanca is lining the rook with the queen. So queen to e7, and in this position there are some good choices for white, some pleasant choices. For example, pushing the c pawn to c4 is possible, so is e4. So Capablanca played one of the best moves in this position, and he wants to open the position. And black also castled, and there's nothing wrong the way black played actually. Black is quite accurate so far. 17 moves has been played. So e takes on d5 by Capablanca. E takes on d5, and then it is white to move. Now Capablanca is playing risky chess. He played f5, and this is sacrificing a pawn. So also threatening to play f6, forking queen and the bishop, but black simply captured the pawn. So f6 is not going to work this time. So blocking the bishop and capturing the pawn. What was the idea of Capablanca? Well, he played bishop takes on e5, and after bishop takes on e5, black is a pawn up. So where is the compensation? Actually, there is no compensation, but black has a little bit difficult position, but defending this position is not that easy. But we are going to witness an unbelievable blunder in this position. So Capablanca played rook from d to e1, pinning the bishop. And what would you do in this position if you had the black pieces? There is two very good moves in this position, two very good prophylactic defensive moves. So you can't move this bishop, and for some reason black played a terrible move. Well, he played rook to c6. I'm sure he didn't play it like this against Emmanuel Lescar, and this was a blunder. A very bad move. Let's take it back. Which move was better? Of course, you can't move the bishop, but you can actually play bishop to d4, and that's check. So after moving the king, black can save the queen. And queen to d6 also should have been considered in this position, and black is a pawn up in this position, and the computer chess engine says that black is better. Black has something like -1.5 point advantage. But of course, you have to be careful, because the player who's playing with the white pieces is Raul Capablanca. Okay, so let's take it back. So in this position, Capablanca played rook from d to e1, and black played rook to c6. And can you see what's wrong with this move? Well, Capablanca played knight to f3, and is this dropping a piece? Because in this position, how to defend the bishop? It is pinned, and there is no check with the bishop this time because of knight takes bishop, and you can capture the knight because the rook is attacking the queen. So black desperately played f6. What do you think about the blunder of Harry Zirn? Unbelievable, isn't it? Rook up, unbelievable. So Capablanca is getting some initiative in this position. Bishop takes on g6, and the king side is wide open. So queen to g7, and it is white to move. Actually, white is almost winning by force, and Capablanca didn't miss the best move. He played knight takes on e5, and we have pawn takes knight. But if something like rook goes back, I believe we have check, and after, this is also winning for white. So after moving the king, we can, I think, lift the rook up. I didn't check this up. I didn't check this out with the computer engine. This should be winning. It must be winning for white. But okay, anyway, after knight takes on e5, we have pawn takes knight, and it is white to move. Capablanca played a move, and the arch nemesis of Emmanuel Lescar resigned. I call him the arch nemesis of Lescar. Well, he defeated Lescar 2 times in a chess Simul, and he didn't lose. They only played 3 games in their lifetime, and he drew with Lescar. It must be frustrating for Lescar. So can you see the best move for white? What is the best move? Capablanca played a move, and black resigned. The move was bishop to h7. I hope you have seen this move. What a beautiful finish by Capablanca, and it looked like a punch in the face in a heavyweight boxing contest. So black resigned. Let me show you the possible continuation. Queen takes on h7, and then boom, and this is losing the queen. And if after rook takes on f8, of course, if king goes up, then this is still winning the queen, just like this. Rook to f7, and this is winning the queen by force. And we can also capture the bishop. Okay. So let's check out what happens instead of queen takes on h7. Let's say moving the king. Then we have rook takes rook, queen takes rook, and then bishop to g6. King to g8 is not going to help because this is getting checkmated. And after bishop to g6, if king to g7, this is losing the queen by force, and this is the only move. Rook to f1, and after moving the king, we can capture the queen, and this is all over. So this was the fantastic finish by Capablanca. After bishop to h7, Mr. Zirn resigned. I mean, nothing works, check, and this is the beautiful finish actually. If trying to defend the queen, we have this beautiful move. So after capturing, we can capture the queen. All over, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So this was Actually, I call this the most critical moment of this chess game. Rook to c6 was an unbelievable blunder. Bishop to d4 or queen to d6 should have been considered in this position, and black paid the price heavily in the end. Bishop to h7, black resigns. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Take care and bye bye.